This is my new baby!
Guess who snitches?
Hey guys, it's Spickamo here. So today I'm gonna be talking about my new phone and giving it like a review kind of thing. If you remember from one of my very early videos, I did have some ghetto phone, which was basically this big, and it was like, I don't know, it was basically just a numeric keypad, and it didn't really have much to offer. And then I got this other phone. It was from LG Samsung, and basically it was a keyboard phone, but then like the other one, it got damaged with water. So finally I got a new one after a whole lot of waiting, and this is it. I believe this guy is called the LG Galaxy Eclypse or something like that. It has Eclipse in it for sure, but yeah. And I'm just gonna do a review about this in case there are any reviews still on YouTube, because I know that everybody basically has an iPhone now, or an Android, or a BlackBerry, and you can't really do anything much about those. You can't really review them since they're always so like popular and stuff. So I am just hoping that people do still look for reviews on YouTube, and so this isn't just a pointless video. So let's just get started. Like I said, it's the something Eclipse, and it is an Android phone. I'm not really a big fan of them besides playing games and stuff, because you know, people usually now with iPhones and Blackberries and Android phones, usually what they do is like a lot of playing games. So what I like about this phone, first of all, my very favorite is that it has a slide. It's because I don't really like typing on touchscreens, because I don't really get, like, I don't know, if I press a button it'll feel the same as the other one. So what I like about QWERTY key phones in general is the fact that if I type, I get to know, for example, if I made a mistake, I can feel it. Oh, the way that's not a J, I probably pressed a K or something like that. So I like that feature. And so I already have had it for 2 weeks, so I already kind of like set it for certain stuff. Like I chose that background picture, all that kind of stuff. So some of the, I guess, hardware on the phone, it has the little power button or lock button right there on top of the phone right here. It has the charger / USB. It has the headphone, you know, wherever you put the headphones, and I don't know what to call it. It has the 12 pixel camera, I think it is, with a flash, and that's at the back of the phone. Looking at the phone like towards you guys, on your left side it'll have the volume rocker, up, down, you know that, and at the very bottom it has the mic and the little separator for the SIM card. And at the bottom here you have the little options, home, go back, and browser functions, which you have to touch the screen for. So basically, to turn it on, you know, you just hold down the button and wait until it turns on, and then when you want to unlock it, you just go like that and you slide it up. I have a little password, so can't share that much. And it basically takes you to here. You can slide like that. I have already customized all my widgets and all that kind of stuff, which I'll show you how to do. So for widgets, you can just hold down the screen and it shows you many different options like that. Let's just say that you want the calendar, or actually battery use. You just, then when you hold it, it just, you know, drags with you, and you just put it wherever you like. And so if you want to ever take a widget out, you just hold it down, wait until highlights, and put it in the bottom. Okay, what else? So wallpapers. If you want a wallpaper, I have this one. But if you ever want to change your wallpaper, same big deal. You just basically have to press the wallpapers option, and then you just choose. Let's just say you want a sunflower, so you got a sunflower. And what I like about this is it shows your preview, and when you slide, it actually moves the picture too. So right now I'm moving towards the left, and now I'm moving towards the right. You know how it moves the picture? And if you're not satisfied with it, you just go back and you switch it. Go back to this guy, and when you're done, you just press the little back button. Now there is there. And I did the same for the weather. I did the same for this cool app. It's called Viber. Lets you do free phone calls and free everything. Put the calendar there. And yeah, if you want to turn on your Wi-Fi, you just go to the very top where it says LG, and you basically drag it down, and it shows you 5 options: the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, auto sync, and then the sound. For the sound, if you don't want to go all the way to your settings, you just tap it on it, and I felt it vibrate, and it shows you that little vibrate symbol. Or if you want, you put it on sound. And then for the Wi-Fi, you just do the same thing, you tap it or not. So to get out, you know, the same thing. Basically, this is the list button. It shows you different options that you could do at the page that you are at. Go back. Go back does exactly what it says. It goes back. The home takes you to wherever you may be. It takes you back to the home page. So let's just say that you're in camera. La, 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 la. Okay, and you feel like going home, you do so. To get to your apps, you just press this little blue square with 4 dots, and that's your apps. And if you ever just want to go home, like I said, you can either use the touchpad right here, or you can just press home. It has many different applications, and it shows you your downloads and the ones that already come with the phone. You have all sorts of things like alarms, application manager, contacts, the weather, news, that kind of stuff. One thing I want to share with you guys is this little guy, the application manager. You basically click on it, and any running applications that you have, this causes your phone to, you know, be really slow sometimes if they're still running. So what you do, if you want to just stop certain ones, you do like this, and it stops it. But if you want to stop all at once, just press stop all, and it will say no applications are running. And these are for running applications, and these are installed applications. So if you ever want to uninstall something like Viber, you do so. And yeah, pretty cool phone. Now let's talk about certain stuff like texting. If you pop out the screen, it will go to landscape mode, and it will turn, you know, the image this way. Before it was like this. And even if you don't flip out your keyboard, it will go for it, for the direction that it's. Come on, go. It's not doing it. Okay, I thought it could. Oh well. So let's just go to messaging just so I can show you guys what's going on. Okay, so I already have a conversation going, but let's go to new text. So what I like about this phone, you can either type with the touchscreen like this, or like this, or with the keyboard. So it gives you many options, and that's what I like. Me personally, I like my keyboard phones better than touchscreen. Like I said, it gives you a more feel to it. If you do want to type with a touchscreen, you just tap on the type message, you know, do your thing, blah 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 blah, and then you press send. I didn't write anything important, so I'm not gonna send. And if you ever, oh, let me go back. If you ever don't send a message, but you did exit out of it, it does show it as your draft. So that's the messaging. What else? Oh yeah, for the phone, flash phone, you have your little keypad thing. You have your call log, which shows all the calls that you've made and received. Shows your contacts. And then it shows your groups. I don't have any groups because I find that's just more memory for the phone to take in, so I didn't do that. Yeah, for your numeric keypad, just, you know, do your own thing. What else? Oh yeah, obviously before you go on any apps that you want to download, like the Play Store, you do have to make a Google account, which if you have YouTube, you can already get a head start on that because you already have that. And what I like about this, it has 7 little pages that you can put widgets on and stuff. I basically only use this one, that one, and that one because I just feel like there's no need for much more. And yeah, that's basically it. So going back, 3, 2, 1, now. Hey! So that's what the phone is. And oh, I forgot to show you guys, but I'm not gonna do it now because the phone is like on, so it's not really safe to do that. But to pop the lid out, if you ever want to change the battery or change SIM cards, you just flick it open and then slide it out. So if you had to ask me my rating on this phone, I would probably give it I'm not really picky with phones, so I'm kind of biased in that. I pretty much give everything close to a 10, but in sincere honesty, I really love this phone. It's such a, you know, a cool little tool. I would give it a 9.8. My reason for that, why it's not a perfect 10, is because when you go to the browsers like Google and all those kind of websites and stuff, it does, you know, since a lot of the hardware is focused on the keyboard, it's kind of really slow if you go on the browser. It's not as fast as, like, for example, an iPhone or a regular Android phone. And I find that's because my mom has kind of like a similar phone. It does have a keyboard. I guess because a lot of focus goes into making the keyboard, you know, it just, I guess it's kind of slower. And so yeah, that's why it's a 9.8, but everything else basically is really, really good. The battery, depending on how bright your screen is and how many apps you have running and all that kind of stuff, it does die fairly quickly. I have it on the lowest bright setting, so that's why basically always I'm like locking it all the time. Yeah, nothing wrong with this phone. Like I said, I really like the fact that there's a keyboard that you can work with, because nowadays basically everything is touchscreen. You know, tablets, iPads, all that kind of stuff is always touchscreen. And so I don't know, I feel like we're getting a little carried away with technology nowadays. And so yeah, I appreciate how now there's, you know, something similar to what's modern out there today, but still with a little flashback of, you know, when we were back in caves and stuff. So yeah, so that's my review. Feel free to comment on anything that I, you know, touched on. If you have any questions that I didn't necessarily go over, again, you can just make a comment or a question or whatever you want to do down below. So yeah, again, I hope that I didn't bore you guys too long. This is kind of a longish video, but I do hope that, you know, there's not too many of you out there who don't have a keyboard phone. Everybody else, you know, they have iPhones, Androids, all that kind of stuff. So if I'm talking to myself, then that's kind of sad. But Spickamo out.